Hi, I'm Dana, and one of the things that has followed me throughout my life is when I've had some sort of issue, some sort of situation, something has happened, something's gone on, and I've explained it to someone, and they've gone, well, why didn't you just do this? And I'm like, why didn't I just do that? It's the most obvious first thing that anybody's brain would go to in that situation, and it didn't cross my mind for a single moment that it was an option. I didn't think about it. It did not pop into my brain. I didn't know. I just don't know. It didn't come to me. So a good example of this is when I went to Birmingham and I had a whole situation with the Airbnb. It wasn't even an Airbnb. I booked I don't even know what I booked, but it all went fucking wrong. And I was just so fucking stressed. So I went to my little event. I went back to my room. I got all of my shit. I didn't feel safe staying there. I got the train home, 2.5 hours. It was fine, I dealt with the situation. It was horrifying, I panicked massively, but I dealt with it. And then when I told people about the situation, most people responded with, why didn't you just get a different room? Why didn't you just book a different hotel room? And it didn't occur to me for a single moment that that was an option that I had. My room wasn't right, I needed to go home. But it's sort of like with most parts of the autistic experience, in my opinion, it does also simmer down into the smaller things. So there was a point when my mum was working in the kitchen of a home for both the elderly and people with disabilities. If you needed some sort of supported living, you could live there. And my mum worked in the kitchen, so when she had a couple of days that she needed off, she put me in with the agency so that I could have the job for a couple of days. And it was one of the most stressful fucking jobs of my life. I've had lots of jobs for a few days here and there. And one of the first things that I did was spill boiling hot water on a man straight out of a kettle and have him laugh and be like, it's alright, that's the numb leg. And me being there it can still get burned. Just because you don't feel it doesn't mean that I'm not burning the fuck out of your leg with the boiling hot water. But one of the big issues with that job was that, we prepared the food, we put it out to the people that needed to eat it. You sit and wait. There's nothing else to do until they've eaten and you can start doing the dishes. The dishes that could be done were being done while I was serving the food. There was just nothing to do. And I was told, you just need to look busy. You just need to look like you're doing something. I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to look busy. Because I was told off for going on my phone. I was like, but I have nothing to do. And she was like, I know, you just have to look busy. And I'd look at her and she'd just be stood talking to someone. But if I stood and talked to her, she'd be like, oh, you need to look busy, Or other people would just pop out for a ciggy, but if I went out for a ciggy, they'd be like, it's not your smoke break yet. I don't know what to do. And it's definitely one of the elements that makes me sort of anxious when I go into shops as well, because if I ask for something and they're like, oh, we don't have that, I just sort of stand there staring at them I'm the Gen Z stare sometimes, because I don't know what to do. I had my plan, I'm getting my thing. The fuck do I do now that they don't have it? I don't know. That's where I do really rely on other people to be sociable and to be oh, but we have this alternative. Do you want to leave it? I need someone to ask me what I want to do from that point and give me the option of what to do. Because I don't have any idea. Nothing is coming into my brain. And that's the big element that I think non-autistic people, and honestly even some other autistic people, really don't understand, is the fact of I just don't know. I have nothing. It's not I have a hint of an idea but I'm not sure if it'll work. It's not that I'm anxious to voice my idea or I don't want people to know what I'm going to do. I literally do not have a fucking clue. I have another example, because I was trying to explain to the social worker that came that I don't know how to use the property pool. I keep being told that there's no support with housing available until I end up homeless. But I can go on the property pool and bid for places. I just need to make an account. I keep telling people, I've made accounts dozens of times. I probably still have a fucking account. I don't know what to do. I open the website, I look at houses, I'm like, yeah, I could live there, that's okay. There's no big button that says bid on this. I don't know what to do. There is nothing indicating to me to where to go or who to speak to or what the fuck I need to do to make this thing work. I do not know. So obviously, when it's situations like that, which happen to me quite often, my experience of trying to do things online and trying to apply for things and things like that, is I get so far and then there isn't a big button telling you where to go next. And I just don't know what the fuck I'm meant to do or where the shit I'm supposed to go. And it's one of those things where people seem to think that because I can tell you that I don't know, because I can explain to you that I'm not having a thought, I actually have lots of secret thoughts ticking away in the back of my mind that I just don't want to share for whatever reason, because I'm lazy, because I think someone else will then do it for me. Like, I don't know what people are thinking. I don't get it. Because I just have fucking nothing. Please give me a suggestion. Please tell me what to do. I don't know. Like, the level to which asking me to do things that are apparently basic things that everyone else just like has an immediate understanding of is like turning to an average person and be like, can you explain like the quantum physics behind time travel to me? You know, like, can you give me a quick breakdown of the entire message of Stephen Hawking's fucking history of space and time? Like, it's, no, you can't. You don't know. That's how I feel with like simple fucking base things quite often. And I think a lot of the time people that don't know me register it as like, she's just a bit slow, she's just a bit stupid, fair enough. But people like my family and some of the friends that I've had absolutely register it as laziness, and I just can't be bothered and I want someone else to do it for me. And that's where it really fucking frustrates me, because they just refuse to help and they'll be like, oh, you know, really? You know? And I'm like, do I shite? I don't, nothing is coming, nothing is in my brain. I don't have a fucking clue. And I think the best part is, the more people make me feel bad about it and the more people act as though I'm acting, act as though it's laziness, act as though I just can't be arsed, the more that happens, the more I get overwhelmed and the more there is definitely no idea coming, and the more likely I am to have some sort of shutdown and just be fucking completely done, you know? And I will give that I do think that there's like a level of a positive side, you know? It's one of those areas where with some things, my autism just is disabling, my autism just is hitting, and that's that. And with other things, it is sort of like the societal hit from it. Because it does, like, when I've had people that are willing to work with me and deal with me and, like, accommodate to me, I feel like I can make it a really, really positive thing. Like, when I was working in a video shop, I was given a lot of, like, little, like, odd jobs and bits to do that my boss clearly didn't really have an idea of how to be done, you know? Like, he knew what he wanted the final product to be, and someone needed to sort it. And I'm fucking good at going in on things when no one else really knows how to tackle it or what to do. And I'm like, this is the most obvious thing in the whole entire world, we're just gonna do this. It's so obvious, it's so easy. Why are you all stuttering and stumbling the way that I usually do? What's going on here? Like, it is definitely one of the areas that's just a massively spiky skill set for me. Like, if you need me to, like, I don't know, it's not, it doesn't even feel like it's specific things. It's just very much when I'm in a situation that just happens to be like contextually perfect, that my brain picks up on what's going on around me and I understand what needs to be done and what's going to happen. And in other situations, I just deeply don't have a fucking clue. And the more overwhelmed I get by that fact, the more I just do not have a clue and can't deal with like anything around me. But outside of like jobs and appointments and the things that I need to do to like survive and live a life, I do also feel like it has, I know I just did a positive, but I feel like it has a negative impact on my social life. Because especially when, like, I've often been someone who sort of tries to take people under my wing a little bit. Like, I spot the person that's like doing the anxiety tells with their hands or some shit and I'm like, hey, how are you? Because I know how they feel, I know how that feels, and I know that they're going to appreciate me being like, how are you? You know, like, if someone seems quite confident and happy, I don't want to be the person that's like, yeah, and they're like, hi. But when someone's anxious, I know they're going to appreciate it. But it's one of those things where I will then take people in and start talking to them, and they're nice people, like, I don't have like any shade or shittiness against them. But then when we try to hang out, they'll be like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, what do you want to do? And they're like, no, what do you want to do? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Don't fucking ask me. I hate it. Like, I've been on so many fucking trips to Lark Lane to get a coffee and then go for a walk around Sefton Park with people because I just do not fucking know what else to suggest, and I know that'll be pleasant. The amount of times I've done that and then we've gotten to the end of like our little walk and we're back at Lark Lane and they're like, so what do you want to do now? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. What do you want to do? And it just happens again. And like, I'm not mad about it. I'm not bitter about it. I don't think like anything negative about those people. But it is fucking hard for me. You know, like on a social level, like as much as I might want to socialise and be friends with those people, it's hard. And I've also found it difficult with some of my like more confident friends who do suggest things, because they often seem to think that we're gonna get to a point where I'm like really fed up and bored and like maybe even annoyed that they're always the one to suggest something, man. We're always doing what you want to do. But like, it's the thing of like, I don't know what I want to do. So if you've suggested something to me and I've gone, yeah, let's do that, in that moment it became the thing that I wanted to do. Like, I didn't know that I had that option prior to you suggesting it. And when you suggested it, I was like, yeah, I want to do that. But I don't feel like people understand that. So they think that I'm just going along with it and just doing what they want. When like, no, you made the suggestion and it sounded good and now I'm into it. Like, I want to. And that's where like I just try to show that I'm enjoying myself and be enthusiastic and like have a good time. But even then I feel like that can come across so fake and like, I don't want to do this thing and now I'm forcing myself to try and have a good time. And it's one of those things, but I also often get told that I'm overthinking it, and I'm like, no, but I didn't think these things until someone gave me it to think, you know? Like, I added that to my roster of situations that I've been in and situations that could arise again, because it was based on like my personality and the way that I am as a person, the way that people see me, you know? And along with that, I think it can also come across as me being quite like standoffish and maybe not wanting to be friends or hang out or whatever else when they're asking what do you want to do, and I'm just like, I don't know, what do you want to do, you know? Like, I can see how that would be annoying, but I can't help it, you know? Like, it's not some anxiety thing where I'm just not saying my inner thoughts. Like, if I had the idea, if I had the thought, if I had a concept of what to do, I would put it out there, I would share it. I just don't. My brain's not coming up with it. Like, it's not happening. I'd require some like social imagination or like to be coming up with these things, and I don't have it. So I will latch onto my little things like my fucking Lark Lane Park trip, which I can't even do anymore because I'm so far away. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I do honestly find it less frustrating in friendships, because my stance towards friendships is, if I'm annoying them, if they don't like the way that I am, then we don't have to be friends and we can just be civil and that's fine. Like, it doesn't have to be a whole like, you're wrong and you're incorrect and you're this and you're that. It can just be, we're not a good fit as friends because I do this thing that you don't like. Like, it can be a very neutral situation in my opinion, and should be a very neutral situation, because it's just not that big a deal. Lots of people don't mesh, it's fine. But it does make me feel really fucking stupid and really bad about myself when it's, you know, like medical situations, work situations, things that aren't just me and my friends. And I'm telling people, like, I don't understand, I don't know, I don't get it. And they're just like, you won't be able to tell me that, would you? You're fine. You'll figure it out. And like, I don't have the first grasp of a thought to be able to get to the point of figuring it out. You're leaving me with absolutely nothing more than I started with and acting like it's somehow going to get me to where I need to be. It's what I was working with to begin with. You smiling at me and patting me on the head actually isn't helping me any, shockingly. So yeah, there you have it, that's the video. I'd like to show you Otis while I do the outro, but I'm wearing shorts and he's left, he's gone, never mind. As always, you can like this video if you want to help me out in the algorithm. You can subscribe on YouTube if you would like to, that would be very nice. You can also find me over on TikTok, where I'm posting pretty regularly. I'm doing pretty well on TikTok at the minute. And you can also find me over on Instagram or Blue Sky. And if you really wanted to, you can also find me on Ko-fi to make a little donation. And I also have a Patreon, and if you join the Patreon, you get videos slightly early when I manage it. And you also, I mean, anyone can have access to the Discord if you just want to pop me a message somewhere or an email. Like, I will just send you the link. But if you want to like help me out in the process of it, you can also join on Patreon and get the link. I don't want people to be left out of a community just because they're poor. Like, if I had to pay to be a part of it, I probably wouldn't have gone be, you know? So yeah, whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days.